You can already tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video. Music Festivals 2021. Will they happen or not? I have this red solo cup. If that'd be festive, right, to have it. Actually, random fun fact, in college, if you had a red solo cup and you were underage in your dorm room, you could actually get written up. But if you had a blue solo cup, it was fine. Moving along with this video, obviously everything is speculation. We have no idea what to expect in 2021. As we all know, 2020 was arguably the most ridiculous year ever with everything that happened. We all know what happened. I'm not going to go into the details of every little event. But in 2021, I've been super curious to see, okay, well, what is going to happen with music festivals? And not only that, but different countries have different protocols. Obviously, in case you didn't know, New Zealand is pretty much 100% okay because their country was insanely good and smart and clever with the way they handled everything that happened with the pandemic. And America, well, moving on. So each country is going to have maybe a different protocol when it comes to this. But here's my best guess. And let me know anything in the comments. Let me know about your prediction when it comes to music festivals 2021. I think the question isn't necessarily will they happen, because I actually think they will. Being honest, I think music festivals 2021 are 100% going to happen, actually. It's more a matter of how, in terms of the logistics. For example, in case you didn't know, they're now having drive-in raves. Where you drive in, it's kind of like a mini festival. You have this square that you park your car in. I can't remember how it works, but you pay, it's actually like a lot of money, but you pay like, I think like $300 or $400, but you can split it between 5 friends, so I guess it does kind of even out. You need a DD, you can't Uber in, which I feel like this complication is there. That's a whole other subject for a whole other video, but you drive in, you have your own mini kind of square to rave and rage and party in, and then you basically drive back home. So it's almost like a mini festival. So they're already doing stuff like this. I even saw in England, they had different quadrants or different sections, almost kind of similar to bottle service in a club, that there was like a mini table and you could sit around there with your friends, watch this rave. You couldn't be walking around, right, unless you're going to the bathroom or something. And you basically have to stay sectioned off in your area. In addition, in China, just giving different examples of how countries have tried to figure this out. And they actually had Martin Garrix perform, and put that in quotation marks, because he was on the main stage in terms of the Titantron, the big screen, but he actually live streamed into the festival to perform. Being honest, they probably pre-recorded it, because I don't know how they had the instant crowd reaction, especially when it comes to connectivity issues. I don't know if Martin Garrix could see the crowd if it actually was live. So each country's trying to do what they can, whether it's driving raves or having your own mini kind of area or like squared off section in terms of mini bottle service, or in a sense, or having DJs virtually, live stream into an actual festival when it comes to the Titantron. So it's kind of interesting how each country's trying to get around this. And that's what I'm saying. I think in 2021, my guess is music festivals are going to happen. The main reason why is obviously the vaccine is being rolled out as we speak. People are getting vaccinated. I saw some report that said, hopefully, we'll see, but up to, when it comes to America, 70% of people will be vaccinated by May of 2021. So if there's like, say, a music festival in July or August, that could potentially happen. In addition, one theory I have is that obviously when you get vaccinated, you get a vaccination card. The way I understand it, and I'm not a doctor, I don't pretend to be one, is that once you get vaccinated, you then have to get a second vaccine 3 weeks after. So you get kind of like a vaccine card. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, say, when you get to a festival, and I've talked about this in other videos that I've done about Ultra and Electric Forest, other music festivals that might or might not happen in 2021, that maybe when you get to the festival, they say, hey, give me your ID and COVID card or vaccine card, and you have to show them the card, and they say, all right, you've been vaccinated, get in. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I mean, this might be wrong, but my theory is, or at least I hope they do this, it would be cool, let's say for normal bars and nightclubs, if, like, say, here in LA, for example, because that's where I'm located, if you go out and they can open up bars sooner, but the rule is you have to be vaccinated in order to enter. That way it's safer for the people who are already in the bar, safer for the employees, safer for the people who are entering into the bar, et cetera, et cetera. So when you get to a bar, instead of being ID, it's ID and vaccination card. That might happen with festivals. In addition, like, say, some festivals might try to have certain rules. For example, social distancing will still probably be a thing, even towards the late end of 2021. We have to stay 6 feet apart, wearing masks when you're walking around. Maybe, they'll have different sections where you can have maximum 6 people in a square, similar to what England did with that one festival, but maybe it's not as strict as you have to be in this box and you can have bottle service or whatever. Maybe it's more just, hey, there's going to be squares everywhere, all in this field in front of the main stage, or however they're going to set it up. And you have to say in that square with 6 people. I feel like that there's going to be a lot of logistics and restrictions when it comes to festivals. And this is a very unfortunate thing. And for me, I'm a DJ and electronic music producer. There's nothing like the vibe or the energy of a music festival. But let's be honest, music festivals are arguably the worst place for what's going on. Everyone's packed in. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in a very tight area. Everybody's walking around. People are drinking or doing other stuff. So your logic, probably not the best. And so all these things added up make music festivals arguably the worst place. So we'll have to see what happens. I am confident, like I said, that music festivals will still happen. In addition to, this also depends upon the festival. So for example, in my Ultra video, I basically said Ultra in March in Miami is definitely not gonna happen. But Electric Forest, I think will. It's a little bit later in the year. However, Electric Forest is a camping festival. As you can imagine, with a camping festival, things are way more intimate, you know, as opposed to going back to your hotel, for example, being in an enclosed room. In a campsite, everything's open. So maybe they have different section off areas. Maybe you can't camp. Maybe for whatever reason, based off the state or the federal rules or guidelines, music festivals are not allowed to have camping. Camping can definitely cause a lot more issues than just going back to a hotel. So these are all the big questions that I think are on everybody's mind. Like I said, the biggest one, also the main point of this video is music festivals 2021, are they gonna happen? My answer is yes. I really do think they are. I think it's more a matter of how are they gonna get around it. They've been doing a lot of virtual streams and a lot of virtual raves, as I call it, which have been amazing. Obviously, Insomniac has been kind of a pioneer of this, especially with a lot of these virtual raves being completely free. And I think that makes it a lot easier for a lot of people's minds. And I think in the beginning of the pandemic, it was kind of fun. I remember putting it on a Saturday night. It was 9 p.m. Obviously, I wasn't going out, but I'd watch the rave and I'd pretend like I was there. And I think at first, it was this kind of cool thing. I was like, oh, you know what? This is kind of a cool, fun thing to do. We're just kind of rolling through the punches and trying to get by as best we can. Now, though, I think like everybody's getting antsy, especially the second wave currently happening, at least at the time of this video. Everybody's like, look, I just want to finally go to a festival again, or even just to go to a bar, just to sit down and have that normal experience of sitting at a bar, just having that one drink, or being able to talk or even meet somebody new in public and say hi. And you don't have to worry about having a mask and being like, wait, oh shoot, I left my mask at home, let me go back, and all the kind of complications that we've had to deal with this year. We'll see what happens, and we'll have to see how festivals adapt to the current landscape given all the restrictions that might get put into place. And who knows, maybe some festivals will get very creative with different unique ways and guidelines. Like I said, with that Chinese festival that had Martin Garrix's live streaming for the performance, who knows if there's other creative ways to still have a music festival, still have fun, still go party and rage and rave, yet still be super safe.
To know that you're behind me, you're the one. I have seen enough to know that you're the one.